If you're a music producer or beat maker who wants to make some extra money on the side, then this video is for you. I'll be showing you how I got to the point of making 1 to 2K a month by selling my productions and beats and services as a producer. I've achieved this while doing an internship and going to school 4 days a week, so it's definitely possible to do it as a side hustle. Obviously, this process might be different for you, but maybe the way I achieved it will give you some inspiration and motivation to do it your own way. Also, if you want to make music while producing, make sure that you're on a decent level with your production skills. If you're just starting out, focus on mastering your craft first, and then you can go out and make some money. So let's get into it. So the first step I took to get to making 1 to 2K a month was putting myself out there and creating an online presence. So I started posting videos on Instagram of me making beats, and then I kind of gained some attention in the local music scene. This was about 2 years before I started making money from music production. However, I later on realized that it really helped me with getting to this point. Not only that, but it also gave me some opportunities where I got to the point of working with some well-known Swiss artists. I later used this as leverage to sell my services. In business, this is called social proof, meaning that you share who you've worked with, and if they have a big name or if they're kind of famous, then this will benefit your brand and it will kind of build some trust for new customers. So at this stage, I had solid music production skills, I had some attention in the local music scene, and I had some amount of social proof. Now, this is where it got interesting. One day, one of my old friends' dads told me, if you want to make money, you have to think of your music as a business. And if you just want to have a hobby, then you can keep making hobby music. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with making music just as a hobby, but that wasn't really my goal. So his advice really stuck with me. And just like I would do with a business, I started investing into my skills. This is where I hired a coach called Grimmett from Dark Label. He helps music producers make a living from their music and from their skills. So if you're interested in that, I will put his YouTube channel in the description. So the 2 most important things that I learned from Daniel were the following. 1, to see the value in my music. I think that as producers, it can be hard to see the value of our work. So we just go out there and sell our beats for $50. I had to change this mindset and realize that my work is worth a lot more than just that. Just because I enjoy doing something, it doesn't mean that it's worthless. The skills that I offer were learned by really spending years learning and practicing music production. So from this realization, I started charging 300 to 1,250 Swiss francs for beats or productions. And number 2 is to learn how to sell my music. Many people think that selling is just about making as much money as possible, but that's not true. Selling is about finding someone else's needs and really just helping them if you really can. I think that it's important to have moral boundaries and only sell something that is really needed and wanted from the buyer. So after learning these 2 skills, I now had to go out and find people who would actually want and pay for these services that I was offering. And if you think about it, making 2K a month would be achieved by just finding 2 people who would pay for a whole production, which isn't really that much. So I started going out and contacting artists who might need my services, and it wasn't too hard to find artists. It took some patience and courage to just start the conversations and find out what the artist really needs and if I can help them. But since I had this social proof and I had my videos out, people would see the skills that I have and see the value in it. So after a few tries, I got to get 1 to 2 clients a month, while also working on some return clients, meaning clients that would come back after working with me already. So to add everything up, here's my framework on how you can make some extra money with your music productions. 1, putting yourself out there. Just share some videos of your skills and build up some social proof. You don't need to have 10,000 followers and a platinum record for this. Just make yourself and your skills visible. Number 2, change your mindset. You need to start seeing the value of your work. Yes, there might be people who are selling their beats for $50, but that doesn't mean that you have to do that as well. You and your skills are not replaceable. So if someone chooses to work with someone else for a lower price, then maybe they're just not the right fit, which is totally fine as well. There are a lot of artists out there who are willing to pay the price for your services. By the way, I don't charge for all of my work. If I get some value from working with someone, or maybe I just know them personally, I will charge a lot less or maybe even nothing for working with them. So you will have to find a balance there and kind of feel what feels right and what doesn't. 3 is to learn how to sell. It's a very important skill and it can be used in every part of your life. There are a lot of people sharing knowledge about this, so you'll find a lot of knowledge to learn how you can sell your services. Keep in mind to stay moral and only sell as much as the person needs. Don't over or undersell anyone. And finally, number 4 is to find the people. So now you can go out and find people who want and need your service. You might need some patience with this. You will get some no's, you will fail, you will get ghosted, but it's worth it. Just keep trying and reaching out to people. Also connect with them in a human way. Don't be weird and hit them up with want some beats. Just be chill and start a conversation and build up from there. And if they're not a fit, they're just not a fit, which is totally fine. So I hope you got some value out of this and you get to achieve your goals with your music. If you follow these steps, I'm sure you will make at least some money. Maybe you'll make even more than me. Maybe you'll make 10,000 a month. I don't know. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.